The markets are looking unstable. I'm seeing the FUD pour in from across the industry. And so today I'm going to give you my perspective on what's going on right now and refreshing your mind on how I set strategies and stick to them so that during these emotional moments, you can too, hopefully, learn to develop your own approach to the market. An approach that is not going to be based on emotion, not going to be based on the wild transformations and volatility of crypto, but based on how you plan to get ahead and stay ahead in this market. Again, either way this cookie crumbles, I'm ready for it and prepared to execute my strategy. So if you guys are excited to hear how I'm approaching this, then go ahead, smash that like button. And of course, remember that each and every comment on this video is entered to win your very own hardware wallet. As always, there are scammers in the comments pretending to be me. There are scam videos that play before my videos. I can't do anything about it. And there's actually someone trimming a tree right behind me. So please bear with me as I try to make content under these circumstances. As always, I thank you so much for watching and let's dive in. Now, just as I had told you guys, there was a big danger of Bitcoin breaking down. The reality is that this is an outcome that we were prepared for. And in my opinion, is going to do wonders for the altcoins. Maybe not immediately, but in the long run, as Bitcoin tends to chill out or even crash, what we can tend to see is some pretty powerful altcoin cycles. It happens during every bull market, and this is as the Bitcoin whales get bored of Bitcoin and start investing themselves in other opportunities. And it just so happens that I've made a point of focusing on these opportunities precisely for moments like this, because what I've found is that as Bitcoin and the majors start to get boring, it becomes a lot trickier and people have a lot harder time getting into the market and finding the right coins to attach themselves to. But there's always going to be a low cap and micro cap market that performs even during the bear markets. And I know this because I've been having success in the low and mid cap market for a very long time. And this is a type of market that can thrive whether Bitcoin is bulling or not. And as you can see here, we were clocking some of the biggest readings of greed in the marketplace over the past several years. Look, this goes all the way back to 2018. And you can see only once did we even get a close reading to the 90 some odd readings of greed that we had. And we finally touched down and reset down to 40. And to me, if we're able to build steam here, get the altcoins to rally, and then have Bitcoin make a slow and steady recovery, this would be very bullish long-term for Bitcoin. Even if we go down a bit, I don't see it as being quite the same. But it's funny to me that as these things happen, you start to get this huge flip-flop from BlackRock, who is all pro-Bitcoin, pro-Ethereum, pro-crypto, and now, of course, it's a very small market and an untested asset. And you see this flip-flop all the time from the pros. What you'll see is that when things look good, everyone's a genius and everyone thinks it's going to the moon. And when things look bad, you'll get a lot of people shrieking away from positions and not actually understanding what comes next. And that's why I've focused so much on the smaller altcoins, because this is a market that can thrive in any season. There is enough liquidity in this market to support new tokens in the market, small tokens in the market, unique and interesting different altcoins, and they can get some pretty explosive growth even during these conditions. And if you learn to manage risk, as I've been preaching on many videos, then you will be able to end up extracting, protecting your initial capital and still accumulating positions in these alts in the event that they do go on longer runs. And here we see Bitcoin dominance. And as I predicted up here, I said to you guys when we were still in green candles, this was going to happen, that Bitcoin dominance was going to fall and we would see a lot of altcoins push upwards. And if you can see any juxtaposition of any two images, look at Bitcoin dominance and then look at the Ethereum price. Bitcoin dominance and the Ethereum price. And you can see two stories that dovetail perfectly, which shows you that Ethereum is really growing in this channel and actually building strength. Ethereum still looks good, even though it didn't get quite its breakout yet. If we switch to the weekly, we can see here that Bitcoin dominance is falling as steeply as it did, like right here at the beginning of the famous altcoin season of 2017. This was early 2017, and here we are in early 2021, the exact 4-year cycle playing out. I mean, can you see another weekly candle period that's as violent for Bitcoin dominance? You see it a little bit here at the end of 2019, but look at how intense this Bitcoin dominance red candle was. And so if we keep capitulating down here, it could mean some extremely big altcoin action. And that's what I keep preparing for. By finding new altcoins, doing the work, getting in early, and then protecting capital on your way up, executing the strategy unemotionally time and time again, I've been able to grow my portfolio. And then if altcoins capitulate a bit, I'm not feeling too exposed because I've executed my strategy. Now, I see some people saying that some of the coins I talk about are down. Not every single day is going to be a gains day. Not every single week is going to be a gains week. week. But if you stick to a strategy, you do the research, you get there early, and you execute, you can do some really wonderful things. Now, with that said, there are some projects coming out that I expect to grow dramatically. I mean, Bridge is going to start at a really low market cap. Now, it might get attacked and botted and pumped right off the bat. I don't really know what's going to happen. It'll probably be absolute madness at the beginning here, but this is one that I could see growing, at least for the first month or so, as it's growing and achieving some market structure. Maybe it'll pump too hard off the bat. I don't know, but this is one where I think it's early enough in its life cycle that, especially if it comes down a lot after its initial sort of launch phase, this could be an interesting entry for something like Bridge. We also have some great technology, so a project that I've been invested in for a while now that still hasn't come to market, called Hopper. So I figured I'd let you guys know that I'm actually a fan of their technology and what they're doing. They're doing some interesting data mixing and privacy stuff. It's not a privacy coin itself. It's trackable on chain. So I think that kind of keeps it in a good stance from the regulation standpoint. But they're providing some really interesting technology here. They allow for more anonymizing of data to happen on the blockchain, even though their particular coin isn't an anonymous privacy coin. And I think that setup makes a lot of sense because it's a service that people want, but a privacy coin is going to probably like rub the regulators pretty wrong. And they have some pretty epic early statistics as to how it's being adopted. It's pretty cool stuff that's going on here. Again, I just want to be clear that I am in the pre-sale here and I have a vested interest in this project, but I'm excited for it. And like I said, guys, I will always tell you guys if I'm in a pre-sale because I think it's important to disclose that. So again, we're also seeing projects like Flow, Dapper Labs, actually having some pretty explosive growth. And this was on the back of their NBA Top Shots release, which is now absolutely booming. Their NBA Top Shots series, again, this one might be a little frothy. You might want to let it chill out first. But again, this is an interesting coin in the NFT space to be checking out because they have some pretty high level IP that they're going to be doing NFT releases for. I tweeted something a little interesting, a little cryptic about this, but you have Klondike Finance here that's allowing for you to sort of farm Klon. It's kind of a classic DeFi project here, allowing for you to farm with WBTC and BTC and KBTC. And so I'm actually farming with WBTC these Klons for free, and you don't even risk any impermanent loss. So I just wanted to bring this up to you because the big brains with DeFi, they get things like Bitcoin or WBTC and they just farm with it. So you can actually just farm and earn KLON tokens. And, there's not really a big risk to you, right? I'm not telling you guys to buy Klon. I'm not telling you guys that it's going to go up or crazy stuff like that. I personally think that it does have an interesting backdrop, but that's not the point. The point is that there are going to be these opportunities when DeFi mania comes back where you can literally just farm. I mean, DeFi is about farming at its core by either staking these LP tokens, which you risk impermanent loss, or literally just by staking wrapped Bitcoin. You can literally just earn it by staking wrapped Bitcoin. They had like over 12 or $13 million in TVL in the first hour, that they might be another trendy DeFi farm token. And to me, it bodes well for DeFi, which, for a little history lesson for you guys, DeFi was absolutely explosive and thriving as Bitcoin really was kind of just ranging here between 11 or, between 10 and 12K or so. Bitcoin was just ranging and really didn't have that much strength going on. And DeFi was absolutely killing it during these few months here. And even during July, DeFi was killing it. And Bitcoin was kind of on even like a downtrend or a sideways trend. This is all fine for DeFi because DeFi is here to put your stagnant assets to work. And that's when you start to see the magic of DeFi take flight, is people are saying, hey, I'm a little bored with my Bitcoin. I'm a little bored with my Ethereum maybe. How can I make more gains? And then you sort of take these stagnant assets and put them to work, and you understand why people become bullish on DeFi. Here you can see Bitcoin still above 30K. Again, 30K is an astronomically high number for Bitcoin for me. I'm just still stuck. Look, I'm talking about the 12K days here. That was just a few months ago. And I get it. Bitcoin went on this massive run. Everyone wants to keep going. But to me, I see a lot of potential for alts to thrive under these conditions. As long as Bitcoin doesn't do its insane, drastic swan dive into infinity downtrend, which is possible, but we just haven't seen that evidence of it yet. Again, I'm more looking at Ethereum starting to gain market cap and Bitcoin dominance falling. And these are the two trends that I think are really important to track, because if altcoin dominance explodes and the altcoin market caps explode, then this could be actually the beginning of a really healthy alt season, as I've been saying. And just to show you guys, I was talking about Prosper a few weeks ago, and it's done like a 4x since then, and it's actually not done too badly over the last few weeks. You can see it actually, as Bitcoin has been kind of getting crushed, it actually went from about 67 cents all the way up to, what is this, $1.91? So a 3x, 4x from, the lows here. I think it was also, when I first mentioned it, was all the way down here at 30 cents, right? And so you see that sometimes these lower cap, newer coins have the chance to perform dramatically well, even if Bitcoin's not doing well. It's the truth about the market, and it's something that a lot of people haven't figured out how to play right. Look, here's the deal. A lot of people do not know how to get in and out of lower cap coins. A lot of people don't understand how they work. And if you guys are newer to the market, you're definitely going to want to study and do your homework before you get in or out of some low caps. And so you have to understand when things have done 10, 20x parabolic growth, pullback or correction is not only normal, but it's just part of the cycle. Can they go up again? Absolutely. But understanding that if Bitcoin really does take a dive, then you're going to want to be getting into coins that don't have as much gravity on them. And those are the types of coins and opportunities that I'm going to be highlighting for you here. I believe that there's nobody quite as fixated on the base layer of new altcoins as I am. So I'm going to take my obsession with research and channel it in to some good content for you guys. But you need to understand that when things pump viciously, that they can dump viciously as well. So if you're lucky enough to have 3, 4, 5x multiples, 10x multiples, you should be protecting your capital in the way that I've made videos on several times. I offer up a quick and easy 10, 20, 30, 40 method, but I encourage you guys to find your own. In my method, I take 10%, put it in Ethereum, 20% in Bitcoin, 30% stays in the coin, and 40% goes into either USDT or Ethereum, which I will then reinvest in new opportunities. It's the way that I keep my portfolio moving and keep growing it and constantly look for new upside while still preserving the opportunity in case that coin goes on an absolutely massive tear. And I understand that times like this can be those times that get you really shaken in your boots. And that's often the times that some of the best and most opportunistic investments are made. In fact, looking back at September and October, the work that I did to get into good projects during those months netted absolutely insane results as the market picked up and became a little more bullish again. I personally am not of the opinion that we're going into a bear market territory. I'm personally of the opinion that this was a very healthy and much needed pullback on Bitcoin's journey, that there was a lot of absolutely unprecedented retail FOMO all at once. We saw it pour into this channel. We saw hundreds of thousands of new subscribers. These are new retailers coming into the industry, and that maybe the institutions took a pause because they wanted to let the dust settle before they resumed their buying. Regardless, we're about to print unprecedented amounts of money at the Federal Reserve. We're about to start devaluing the dollar like never before, and I genuinely believe that the fundamentals around Bitcoin and crypto have never been better. So while everybody's getting emotional, I'm staking my claim in new and exciting projects, hoping to get the edge and hoping to give it to you guys as well. So if that's of value to you guys, if you're excited to learn about these projects and about the good technologies in the space, then do me a favor, give me a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe, because we're going to be covering the absolute best that this industry has to offer each and every day on the channel. And if that's of value to you guys, I encourage you to subscribe and put that bell notification on. With that said, my name's Elio Trades. I sincerely hope that the FUD hasn't gotten you down, but you realize that these are the ebbs and flows of the market and that there really is opportunity if you keep hustling and pushing yourself to learn more, look deeper, and find the good opportunities in the space. I wanted to take a minute to thank everybody as we just closed our SuperFarm pledge form. It was an absolutely insane outpouring of support. We had so much demand that it actually crashed the site of our KYC provider, and they did the KYC for the Polkadot token sale, and they said that we got much more demand than even Polkadot did. It's absolutely astounding. I think at one point we were hitting over 200 hits per second, and that's on our KYC provider. Even the Google form crashed for about 10 minutes. It was absolute pandemonium. I want to thank everybody. We're going to go through our selection process and make it as fair as possible, and we'll be contacting you guys in the near future if you are selected. And if so, please complete the process as fast as you can so that we can make sure that you keep your spot. With that said, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for bearing with the background noise. My name's Elio Trades, and I'll see you very soon on the next episode.